What it do, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Picasso. Before I get into today's video, I just want to extend like a personal shout out. Just thank you to everybody who's been rocking with the channel so far. Like, I know I'm only 3 videos in, but like all the support and all the love I get on the videos, I definitely appreciate it. You know, it's not easy doing this. Like, there's a lot of stuff that goes on behind the scenes. So for real, just thanks to all my subscribers. Like, this is not possible without y'all, so thank y'all. If you're new to the channel, like, subscribe, goes a long way. You know, we're on the road to 100, just so I can get a custom URL. So yeah, so today I got a very special treat for y'all, and it's trash. So yeah, y'all gonna be like, what? It's trash, but I can't make this up. Literal trash. So yeah, let's just dive right into these joints, see what we got. Oh my God, yet another big box. And the crazy thing is, the sneaker is not even big. That's the crazy part, the box is just big. So yeah, let's just, you know, have a quick word from my sponsors, you know, Mr. 21 Savage.
It's a knife.
So yeah, and let's dive right on in. Slice, slice. Once again, disclaimer for the El Niños at home. Knives are dangerous. Please, please, please do not play with knives. Picasso love the kids, so yeah. All right, let's see. Let's see what they talking about as far as Buble rap. Okay, so they just did one super long. All right, so when I said these were trash, I wasn't lying. They are literal trash, and I'll go further into detail with that. But as you can see, this is probably one of the more plain boxes that I have, but believe it or not, there's actually still a lot going on inside of this box. First thing you'll notice is you do have the size tag. Y'all know the drill, size 12. I'm a big kid, I eat my vegetables. For the tag, we're looking at the Nike Space Hippie version 3. Colorway is Gray Volt Glow Photon Dust. So yeah, the name just gave it away, but essentially these are Nike Space Hippies. So when I said there's a whole lot going on with the box, let me just kind of give you guys a brief breakdown of some of the things going on. For starters, the reason why the box is minimalist is because Nike's new initiative is essentially to reduce their carbon footprint down to 0. Less packaging, using recycled materials for the sneaker itself, and things of that nature. So as far as the box, you have a lot of writing going on inside of the box. So with that being said, the whole concept is using less ink and things like that. And even with the ink itself, this is a plant-based ink, which I think is pretty dope. Not too many companies are doing that. And the whole concept behind this sneaker is that essentially, like I said, Nike wants to reduce their carbon footprint. So the sneaker itself made out of 85% recycled materials. So that right there alone, dope. Nobody else is doing that right now. In the box itself, you do get one nice little goodie. You get another spend a night bag, or dust bag, if you will. It kind of is crazy because I now have 2 spend a night bags and nowhere to spend the night. So
I hate it here.
yeah, there's that. Anyway, you do get a dust bag, I assume, once again, for carrying the sneakers around or just random things you want to do around the house. I can only assume that the sneaker, the dust bag itself is also made out of recycled materials. As far as the dust bag, it does say Nike Space Hippie 01, 02, and 03. As far as the Space Hippies, there were 3 iterations of them. This is the 03, my personal favorite. So yeah, that's just kind of how that process goes. I'm gonna package this up, throw this into the side, and yeah, we'll just dive right into the sneaker itself. go ahead and dive into the shoe itself. Let's talk about materials. So like I said, Nike's whole concept that they're working on right now is move to zero. So they want to completely eliminate their carbon footprint and pretty much make sneakers without, you know, affecting the environment. As a wise New Yorker once said, there ain't no planet B. So yeah, I appreciate that. That's a really nice effort that they're making. So with that being said, as far as the shoes themselves, we can dive right into the materials. The upper is made out of space yarn, which I think is pretty dope. And that kind of goes with the concept of the shoe, because the idea was that Nike based this off of, let's say we had a mission to Mars, right? And the thing about that is, you know, it's space, you know, it's rare that you're gonna get a resupply mission. So essentially you have to make do with what you have. So that's where the whole concept behind these sneakers came from. As far as upper, space yarn is pretty much a new material that Nike made. It's similar to Flyknit, but it's actually a little bit more lightweight. And it's made from recycled t-shirts, plastic bottles, and scraps of yarn. So that's how they made that, which is pretty cool. And the upper itself, so you do get a couple of nice hits of the Volt green in there, as well as the toe box. You have the double swoosh in the toe box, the Volt swoosh and the black swoosh. That's really nice. You do get those Volt hits also on the medial side, which is really, really dope. And that's what the entire material is made of. So right here, this is like a booty sock liner. So that's where you pretty much slide your foot into it. As you can see, once again, similar to the Adapts, there's no laces. And that's because Nike has built these with the fast fit system. Me personally, the first time I experienced this was actually on a pair of Kobe's. I don't recall the name right now, but essentially the way the fast fit system works, similar to the Adapts minus all the bells and whistles. Everything operates on a pulley system, so that's why you have this little nice gray pull bar right here. So when your foot is in the shoe, basically you pull this and that would lock you in, which is pretty dope. And I think you just heard it there. That's the fly wire tightening, and that the shroud itself covers the actual fly wire, so that way it's protected, which I really like. And on the back, as you can see, like I said, they're based off of a space boot, which is really nice. You see the eject right here on this heel tab, and the cool thing about it is if you pull that, that's how you effectively release yourself from the shoe, and that's how you let yourself out, which I think is a really nice touch. Nike definitely put a lot of design aesthetic into that, which is really cool, because this is my first time actually experiencing the fast fit system. So should be curious to see how it, you know, works and how durable it is and things like that. Going back to the shroud, you get this black stripe running through the top that has Nike printed multiple times. And then you also have 03 at the bottom, because this is the third iteration. There's actually 4 Space Hippies in total. There was a women's exclusive. This is the 03. I like these the best just because I feel like design wise, these had the best design language to me personally. So I really love that. As far as the medial side, so it does say Fast Fit 1.0. I can only assume there's a 2.0 version of the Fast Fit, so that's really nice. And even this little clamp part, it's like tie-dye, which is pretty cool. There's some orange in there, some yellow and some green, so that's really cool. As far as the sole, as you can see, the sole looks insane. Back to the whole recycled concept and things like that, the out midsole is named Crater Foam. Crater Foam is once again a new material, 100% recycled, and it consists of Nike Grind, which once again, that's another unique material. Nike Grind is pretty much, so in their factories, all the scraps from excess foams and things like that, they pretty much mashed that together, remolded it, and that's how they went ahead and created the Crater Foam based out of the Nike Grind. So that's where you'll see all these nice little hits in the sole. So there's like some blues and some greens and some grays popping out, which is really cool. It does give the sneaker some more flavor and more variety as far as like outfits you can throw together with it, which I really like. I'm somewhat of a fashionista myself, if I do say so. So yeah, that's kind of how that goes. On the bottom, not too much, nothing crazy going on the bottom. You do see right here in the bottom, this little peak looks like Boost, but obviously this is Nike, so it's not Boost. But once again, it's a new material that Nike has developed. It's called a Zoom X. And the way that that works is it's built from a combination of multiple other foams, which is really nice. I'm actually gonna go ahead and pop out the insole for you guys so you can take a closer look at what that looks like. Oh, this thing is fighting me. Oh my God, it's on X Games mode. Let's see if I can get it out. okay. I'm not gonna fight it anymore because I'm actually scared. But I'll see if I can just peek out this little part for you. So this is Zoomex. Come on, come on. Ah, come on. There we go. So essentially it's a combination of different foams. It looks like they glued it in there, so that's why I was having trouble getting it out. But it's very comfortable, honestly. I did try them on a little bit earlier, and it's really nice. Now, obviously, nothing is gonna compare to Boost, and I really hate comparing them to Boost, but it is a really nice ride. They're designed for all-day comfort. And one thing that I will say is that compared to my Yeezys, honestly, this is probably the second lightest pair of sneakers that I own. Like, these things are ridiculously lightweight, but they are lifestyle sneakers, so they're not really geared for any type of sports, I don't think. So, you know, there's just something that you wear when you're kicking it with the homies, so there's that. So one thing that's really interesting as far as like just regular lifestyle wear, I'm curious to see how durable they are. Just because like the sole itself, the sole concerns me, because even after just wearing them once, the sole's already kind of like wearing down. So I'm curious to see how they do in the life test, overall durability. One thing I did glance over on the back, which is really nice, right here on the heel tab pull, you do get the multiple Nike swooshes, which is pretty dope. I believe that's the emblem that they're going with all of the Space Hippies. I really like that. It's a nice little iteration, differing from, you know, what we're used to as far as the Nike swoosh. And then here on the medial side, the fast fit system, you do get another embossed swoosh, which is also really a nice touch. So yeah, pretty straightforward, honestly. Like, these are really dope. They're kind of hard to get out of just because the booty is really tight. So once your foot is in there, it's really snug, which I do appreciate. I do like that. But getting out is kind of a hassle. You have to like mash your heel into the bottom of the shoe and like slide it off of the back. It's kind of awkward, but nonetheless, they do fit really nice. Similar to the Adapts, just because it's not a traditional lacing system and it's designed to pretty much hug your midfoot. They do kind of run snug as far as midfoot, and that's assuming that you actually, you know, do this and completely lock yourself in there. When I wear them, I don't lock myself in just because they do fit true to size. I got a size 12, as you know. They do run true to size, so for me, just throwing them on, I'm good to go. I don't necessarily have to lock myself in, but I do it for demonstration purposes, because people always ask, oh, what's that for? And I just pull it and they're like, oh, that's awesome. So yeah, that's kind of how that works. But I never actually lock myself in. It just, when the very first time I tried it, it just felt like my foot was gonna explode. So yeah, I don't lock myself, and I just wear them and I'm out the door. So yeah, all in all, definitely a really solid sneaker. I was really glad I was able to pick these up. I do want to get the crimson colorway as well, so I've kind of been keeping a really sharp eye on them, hoping the price drops so I can pick them up. But the Volt colorway, not a bad consolation prize, honestly. The Volt definitely gives it a nice little unique touch, because the crimsons, the medial side's like cream, which is kind of basic, so the Volt, it's a nice little touch. Like I said, you can kind of style it however you like, which is really dope. So yeah, that's it for the Space Hippie. Let's go ahead and dive into some on feet for you guys. So yeah, hopefully y'all enjoy. Yeah. It's what it's on, what I do, what they know, they ain't seen. It's who is, they know that and a little bit of some and with a little bit of some who, and I put it all together and sing. So I say, my sneakers more cleaner than yours, more meaner, more cleaner than yours. I got it mastered, and my cars go faster. 85 an hour, I'm about to take them backwards. My sneakers more cleaner than yours, more meaner, more cleaner than yours. I got it mastered, and my cars go faster. 85 an hour, I'm about to take them backwards. Yeah, now that's back to the essence, the freshest princes in your presence. The uniform on backwards, the effing never left a Miss Alaska. Went to a thrower from a crasher. Now why that's flowing right past ya. Let me take a second to add up all the factors. A-track on the track, and Lupe is the rapper. Man about town, proud member of swagger. Supreme world attention, getting glisten, never resistant to anything. Non-pimpin' or whacker. I'm much flyer, united, I'm NASA. I'm much higher, not a puffer, I'm
I'm a passer, not a rusher or a tackler. I ain't got a cover or tagger, like I'm a grapher or a wrestler. I grind, I should make the cover a thrasher, chillin' with the cover a king. Yeah, I mean, my sneakers more cleaner than yours, more cleaner than yours. I got it mastered, mastered.